EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for June 13th, 2023. What a day yesterday, huh? We finally got some appreciable rainfall, something that actually mattered. Some areas got a tremendous amount of rainfall, just some hyper-local narrow areas and bands where the rain was its heaviest and just kept training over and over again across the same areas. But most of us actually fit well within that estimate I gave you yesterday, which is 0.75 to 1.25. A majority of the region did. You had a few exceptions that just went nuts yesterday. But either way, no matter how you look at it, it was a much-needed rainfall. Southeastern areas didn't do as well. Interior did very well. That's where the moderate drought is anyway, and that's where we needed it the most. So have not seen anything like that since the end of April. It was the last couple days of April, actually. We saw something to that extent. And this was much needed. We're still behind, but we're putting a dent in it, and we'll have a few other opportunities this week to do so as well, although not to the level of what we just had yesterday. You can only do so many of those at a time. Then we don't want to get crazy here. But the Tuesday video forecast is still remaining unsponsored. If you do have a business and you would like to sponsor the Tuesday video forecast, reach out to me at info@epawaweather.com. I'll give you all the information of how you can become a sponsor of the Tuesday video forecast. That's Tuesday and Wednesday, actually. I'm going to have one sponsor on one of those 2 days, so if you have a preference of one day or the other, just let me know, and I'll get you the information for that. We had a couple of people inquire about that, but they were just kind of sitting on it, so we'll see. Still open, so send me an email, and I'll get you the information. So today we have an in-between day, and actually a lot of these days this week is going to be on again, off again with, you have a nice day, and then you don't have a nice day, then you have a nice day, and it's going to go back and forth. So like in every other day opportunity here in the week ahead. Today's the in-between day, so we're looking at mostly sunny skies today, temperatures that are going to be cooler because this was a cold front moving through yesterday. It's now off to the north here this morning, but we will be mostly sunny in its wake today, and then clouds are going to increase overnight because it could be some showers toward daybreak as we head into our western PA county, or I keep saying western PA, our central PA counties in our western portions of our coverage area. There's still an upper level low that still has to swing through here. There's a surface low tied to this. This is going to swing down here like this here on Wednesday, and that's going to give us some showers. And again, that's going to start as early as later Tuesday night in our central PA westernmost parts of our coverage area. So let's take a look at that. So we can move this forward and just see what this does. There's not a lot of precipitation with this, but we are looking at some showers initially in the morning here on Wednesday. And then after a little bit of a break, you might have some peaks of sun. Then you have some thunderstorms that'll come through during the afternoon. It is still favoring the northern areas here for the most activity, but it will be extending farther south, just not a whole lot, okay? I think the northern areas have a chance to, pull half inch, maybe more of that if there's any thunderstorms that develop here on Wednesday. And let's get over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. And before I do that, I just wanted to point out a few of those areas yesterday that got into those really high totals. One of them was right in here across northern Delaware, just west of Philadelphia. That's one of the spots that got into it pretty good. And that we actually had, and to show you how hyper-local this is, Wilmington, Delaware, and Philadelphia are not that far apart from each other. Not really. But Philadelphia had 0.58 inches of rain. Wilmington had 3.55 inches of rain. So that's a tremendous difference. Major reporting stations in the interior here, most of them didn't really have a tremendous amount of rain. I'm north of ABE by about 5 miles, okay? 1.22 is what I'm looking at on my weather station right now. The airport itself had 1.04. Same thing here at Scranton-Wilkes-Barre. About 1.36, I think, at Mount Pocono. So major reporting stations didn't get a whole tremendous amount of rain, but when you get to this area here from northern Lebanon County, western Schuylkill, up through the western portions of Luzerne, this is another jackpot area that some of you actually reported to me getting on your personal weather stations, getting some 4 or 5 inch totals out there. I guess not impossible, but the digital reflectivity there on the radar, the dual pole radar, suggests that it's more like 2 to 3. Some areas did go slightly over 3 in a few spots, but especially in western Schuylkill County, I think some of those readings that came close to 4 inches are probably legit. But the rest of the region, Again, generally between that 0.75, 1.25, except southeastern areas where we're not expecting too much. Severe weather aspect was not a part of it yesterday, as it turns out. Didn't think it would be to a grand scale, and it wasn't at all. So great. Worked out. It was to move this forward here for Tuesday night and Wednesday now. Here's the showers moving in to our western portions of our region as we get later in the overnight. That's going to work its way eastward, and this is the initial round of showers. It's just showers at this point on Wednesday morning. Once that clears and in its wake, you have some scattered thunderstorms that will pop up. These are going to be largely hit or miss. But if you do get under one of these, you could have some locally heavy rainfall with any of the storms that move through, which will wrap up in the evening. This goes across, again, mainly the northern half of our region. And it may or may not extend down to the Delmarva here, but we'll see. It doesn't look like it's trying to as of now. So we'll continue to revisit this again on the next video that we do on Wednesday morning. It'll be a little bit more precise with what we're dealing with because it's the day of, okay? And then beyond this, we have another in-between day here on Thursday where not much is going on. You have increase in clouds maybe later in the day, but it looks like it's partly cloudy for the most part here on Thursday. And then we have this little system moving through here on later Thursday night and also on Friday. Okay, and this is the trough that's lifting out. There's a trough that's sitting up here like this that's in process of moving out in this direction as a parting shot at the end of the week. On Friday, we'll have the opportunity for some showers and thunderstorms, but this doesn't look like a total washout. This just looks like pop-up storms here type thing here on Friday, especially in the afternoon, it looks like with thunderstorm activity. Then we're back to mostly sunny skies again on Saturday, and then Sunday we have another chance at increasing clouds, and here's late Sunday on the European model. Yesterday it was all over our region with rain. It has pushed a little further south, so this is still a in-motion thing here for Sunday and also Monday. If this stays off to the south on Sunday, we could have a mostly dry day. Okay, it's possible. Some of the models are leaning that direction. Some have some showers over our region here on Sunday. Something we'll revisit throughout the entire week. But again, this is going to be much needed rainfall. I know we've had a lot of rainfall yesterday in some spots, but we're still behind. We had a lot of you made up June, but we still got to make up most of May, or maybe you did part of May too. Maybe you did more than what your deficit was in June. But we had, most areas getting less than a half inch, some areas less than a quarter inch for the entire month of May. That's not good in the month of May. You need generally 3-4 inches of rain somewhere in there, and we had very little. So we had a lot of ground to make up. Okay, so this will certainly help. And this is hanging around with showers here on Monday as well on the European model. Again, that later part of the period is a little bit in question yet, so we'll just have to keep following that throughout the week. Just keep following back in the videos, and I'll give the updates to that as I have new information. But we have opportunities just about every other day. Okay, for at least some rain. It might not be much, but every little bit helps, and it's going to keep chipping away here as we go forward in time. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for June 13th, 2023. Have a great Tuesday.